I'm your host, Mark Carven, and welcome to the Midwest Minority Think Tank Foundation Black Thinkers Series. Once again, it's also imperative that I point out that at the Midwest Minority Think Tank Foundation, we concentrate on providing solutions. And the Black Thinkers Series is just that. We're looking for you. We're looking to deliver to you something as a solution and not just something to ponder. And at the same time, we are aware that there are many of you who have great solutions to offer, great processing that you've done through your thinking apparatus, and we want to hear from you. We would love to be able to involve you in the Black Thinkers series. This week, we want to deal with how to implement an advocacy campaign. Uh, An advocacy campaign is whenever you feel a cause or policy change that will impact you, your neighborhood, your family, your community, and society. You want to bring about that change and put that cause into effect. We call it a campaign. You galvanize people, organize people, motivate people to join with you to develop a campaign to bring about that particular change. And to order to do that, you have to have a set strategy in order to move on an advocacy campaign. You need to know what it is that we are planning to do, and not just randomly move forward. A campaign, you have to gauge the enthusiasm for your issue or your concern, evaluate the feedback that you get on it, be able to create and build momentum around it, broaden the base from the initial group, then concentrate your resources and assign key roles to individuals and be able to identify and target principals who will carry out that for you. And then you need to be able to always control the narrative of whatever it is that you become an advocacy for. Control the narrative around your campaign, because it's easy for your campaign to get hijacked by someone else feeding misinformation, disinformation, or just simply not understanding what your mission, vision, and goal is of your campaign. So it's important to always be able to control the narrative around your campaign. And then you have to be able to utilize the technology around you. We call it networking or social networking, social media, but be able to control the technology and employ the technology to help you get your message out. And then constantly examine the commitments, whether it's from an individual or a coalition or other organization. Collaborations are important, but make sure that you are able to be assured constantly. And it's not insecurity, it's the fact that you're moving forward. If the campaign is not moving forward, then you don't need to do this. But if the campaign is moving forward, then you need to be able to make sure that you have commitments from those who are involved. And then you need to have a message and a spokesperson, not necessarily one individual, but one message. And that the spokesperson in areas or neighborhoods, whether it's a small gathering or however you're concentrating, but make sure that the spokespersons are carrying the same message. And then you must have an outreach initiatives. You must have outreach initiatives, because if you continually sit in your living room with your uh, uh, campaign, or you sit in your community center with your campaign and have no outreach, the rest of the community or the rest of your neighborhood or wherever you are, or even nationally or statewide, if there is no outreach, then you can't reach people. And then you have to have data collection. You have to know what the people are saying, how are they responding to your advocacy campaign. And it's very important. Do not overlook the importance of collecting data of the demographics of the people who are you attempting to be an advocate for. They may have the key to reaching all the people if you will listen to the people that you want to reach. And then there's the dissemination of information. Gathering the information is fine, but you must be able to distribute the information, disseminate the information among the people. This is how you can get people involved, get people engaged, and do not take to heart that every criticism is to derail you. Take the criticism, evaluate the criticism, because if one person is thinking it, somebody else is thinking it. If one person is saying it, he's saying it to somebody. So you need to be able to be thick-skinned, take in the criticism. Some you can disregard, but most of the time that you need to just take time, evaluate the criticism, and then implement what can be best utilized for your advocacy campaign. You need to proclaim your message. You need to proclaim your message. And by that, when I say you, all that are part of your organization or your cause, your advocacy campaign, you got to keep your message out there and not let someone else define what your message is. And deliver solution. It's not enough to complain about a problem that everybody's complaining about the problem. The problem is speaking loud. And so therefore you have to proclaim a message that is above that of the problem and deliver a solution to the problem. And do not get engaged in rhetoric. The less rhetoric and the less rhetoric you are espousing, the more you can deliver your message of a solution. And that's the key to an advocacy campaign. You come in with a solution. The problem is already there, speaking to everybody, so that you do not need to engage in the rhetoric, but you need to engage in the solution, delivering the solution. And you do that by decisive leadership. Decisive leadership. Always prepared, always clear in your message, and have absolute clarity. That is decisive leadership. And that's how you move your advocacy campaign along. It's not enough just to gather a large volume of people. You must have clarity, engaged enthusiasm. You must have create and build momentum, broaden your base, be able to concentrate your resources, assign your key roles, and identify and target those who will be principal in your advocacy campaign. I'm Mark Carven, Managing Director of the Midwest Minority Think Tank, and I'm here today to share with you from the Black Thinkers series. And the Black Thinkers series wants you to become involved. And you can contact us. The information is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. But we feel that you have something to contribute to the advancement of Black people, advancement of our society. And your word, your thoughts are important. And I want you to know that they are valued. So I look forward to hearing from you, and that you will become a consistent part of the Black Thinkers series.